Anthony Roper with SEPI, and he will begin talking about SEPI engineering. So if all of you can just put your phones on mute, and Anthony, you are on.
Good morning, Melissa. Good morning, Lisa, and the BOW unit, and certainly all of our guests for joining us. And just grateful for the opportunity to be with you to talk a little bit about SEPI engineering. Can all of you see my screen?
Yes.
Good, good. And so we certainly at SEPI, I think the good thing to say about SEPI, SEPI started like many of you that may be on the line as a SPSF and a small business, and so certainly this is something that we're passionate about and look forward to the opportunity to engage on today. As Melissa said, my name is Anthony Roper. I'm a vice president here at SEPI. I'm director of asset management and maintenance. I've been with SEPI since 2017. And prior to joining SEPI in 2017, had 28 plus years with the North Carolina Department of Transportation, serving in various roles, primarily in Northeastern North Carolina in Division One, but also have worked in other Division Four and in Raleigh in the Secretary's office. And so, again, excited about this work. And interestingly enough, when I was in the Secretary's office, the BOW unit was one of the groups that I provided, that I served alongside. And so certainly I'm passionate about the work that Lisa and her team are doing here at BOW and look forward for this engagement. A little bit about SEPI, our visionary leader, and I say that, with all sincerity. She's certainly an inspirational visionary leader, Sepi Saidi. She's our chief executive officer. She, founded SEPI in 2001. So as you see, as our logo this is our 20th year anniversary. SEPI is a NC State graduate with degrees in agricultural engineering and civil engineering. She has 30 years of engineering experience. She's well accomplished and been recognized as the Triangle Business Journal Business Person of the Year, and also as the Charlotte Business Journal Woman in Business Achievement Award winner. And I'd like to read this, if you'll indulge me. This quote from SEPI is: "Incorporating the firm's core values, SEPI provides a unique workspace and environment for its employees to plan, design, build, and give back to the communities in which we serve. With a dedicated passion to support organizations that align with the health, safety, and well-being of the families in our communities, SEPI is proud to say that SEPI is a champion of community service and client services." And so they're certainly at the heart of who SEPI is as an individual and the culture that she's built here at the firm. A little bit more about SEPI. Again, as I said, it was founded in May of 2001. So we're celebrating our 20th year anniversary this year. It's a woman-owned business. It's a historically underutilized business. As of last year, we have 7 offices in 3 states: North Carolina, South Carolina, and Florida, with our headquarters here in Raleigh, North Carolina. One of the things we're most proud of is that 80% of our business is repeat clients. And so we like to think that's to the value and to the customer service that we offer. And currently we have over 250 professional, technical, and field staff across those 7 offices in the 3 states. SEPI, as you can see, SEPI is an award-winning firm. We've been in the EN&R Top 500 for the past 6 years, and we've won many awards, including Best Places to Work. We're very proud of our accomplishments over these 20 years, and we contribute our success fundamentally to our entrepreneurial culture and core values. And those core values as you talk, oftentimes the word culture is bantered about a lot. Is something hard to define, but it's a feeling for SEPI, it's a feeling of teamwork and support and freedom. And our core values are the basis of our interactions with each other internally through the firm and also with our clients. And as you can see, our core values are to be brave, to be open, to choose positivity and to pursue excellence. And certainly, I just as a personal side, as I was, looking at retiring and the next chapter in my life, I think the culture at SEPI was one of the things that drew me. I'm an extremely positive person, and SEPI has great positivity and great enthusiasm, and those are things that defined myself and what I wanted to be a part of and embrace. And so I think these aren't just core values on paper. That's kind of how we do our work, and that's really who we are. At SEPI, we're a full service consultancy firm providing services ranging from asset management and maintenance all through water and wastewater engineering. The only services that we don't provide currently are geotechnical and structures. So if that's some of your specialties, obviously we partner to provide those services when needed. So the rest of the time, the brief time that I'll speak this morning, I want to go through in more detail some of our key practice areas. I'll say that one of the overarching things about SEPI is that we can and we do provide a full package to our clients from the planning stage with feasibility studies, surveying and mapping, all aspects of design, construction engineering inspection services, and finally through post-construction with our asset management services. We take pride in the quality of our product and responsiveness of our project leaders, and hopefully that, if you get a chance to work with as we talk, those are central to our success. One of the key practices that we have at SEPI is roadway design. When we say roadway design, is primarily public transportation projects, including road design, traffic engineering, and hydraulic design. Our experience includes all functional classifications of roadway, including sidewalk, greenways, and in multiple delivery types, such as design build, that we have experience in. And again, as we display, I won't read each of these bullets, but you can see the different types of projects that we've worked on, from interchanges to small safety projects to feasibility and corridor studies and the like. And like I said, we have participated in design build activities. Part of our transportation group is also traffic engineering. We have a very skilled traffic engineering group. Our team has completed traffic operations analysis for state clients that include detailed modeling using the different software applications, Transmodeler and VSM, and doing highway safety reviews and traditional capacity analysis with Synchro and HEX. Traffic design, we specialize in maintenance of traffic plans, pavement markings, and signing plans, and have a very experienced and robust group that work in this area as well. The other part of our transportation practice is our water resources and hydraulic design. We focus and specialize in transportation hydraulic engineering. Our group participates in all aspects of transportation hydraulics, from development of feasibility studies to final construction documents and all phases in between. We are experienced in the design and permitting of major hydraulic structures with FEMA involvement, including those resulting in no impact and those requiring Clomar documentation. We're experienced in roadway drainage design on new and existing location corridors. We worked on a wide variety of projects and our practice in working in close coordination with our clients, agency representatives, and with all other design disciplines. In our water resources group, we do place emphasis on quality control and have earned the trust of our clients through our consistent performance. Our next practice is in our environmental and planning, with specialties in NEPA planning and GIS. And we focus on NEPA projects, corridor studies, coastal engineering projects, and noise analysis for design build projects. Our planners and engineers focus on expedited delivery of all the signed documents with extensive agency coordination. We have a comprehensive team that offers all necessary technical studies required for a NEPA document. Other part of our planned environmental practice is the environmental area. Our team brings a wide range of qualifications, including wetland delineation, permitting, mitigation, wetland and stream restoration, and environmental compliance. The planning environmental, to augment this group, we are supported by our GIS team through unique GIS applications to expedite impact analysis, tools and dashboards to improve QA/QC, and to support noise analysis efforts. Another practice at CEPI is our geomatics, which includes our survey and our SU team. As you would expect, we are proficient in MicroStation, GeoPack, Civil 3D, Carlson Trimble Business Center, and Cyclone LiDAR processing software. Our team is proficient in all types of route surveys, from small intersection and bridge replacement projects to long linear new route corridors to widening existing facilities. We utilize the latest technology available to perform our tasks the safest and most efficient way, from robotic equipment, drone technology to 3D laser scanning. Through our records research and utilizing radio frequency electromagnetic utility locators, group penetrating radar, GPR, and a TELUS 5500 vac truck, we can accomplish level D through A utility locate and mapping. Our SU group is supported by our survey group in the surveying and mapping of the utilities they find on the project. But doing this, all the level B and C mapping can be signed and sealed by a professional licensed surveyor, as well as the level A test hole reports. The group that I lead at CEPI is asset management and maintenance. And for asset management at CEPI, we have several key service offerings that include infrastructure asset management, disaster recovery and emergency response, pavement management, pavement evaluations, and pavement preservation techniques, and we specialize in those areas. We also offer staff augmentation and training services. Our primary client base for our asset management is state DOTs, municipalities, and private developments. As you can see, there's some of the specific areas that we focus in: pavement condition surveys, bridge maintenance, repair recommendations, and the like. We certainly are FEMA, have lots of experience with FEMA documentation, helping clients recover FEMA funds and from disaster response efforts. And the last practice that I'll talk about this morning is our construction engineering, our CEI services. We do contract administration, construction management, construction material sampling testing, and roadway inspection and structure inspection, signal inspections, and ITS inspections. We got a diverse team of well over 100 inspectors that are confident, knowledgeable, skilled, and experienced. We perform inspections on interstate and new location widening and rehabilitation, as well as urban widening on highly congested corridors, new location projects for interstate and collector routes, high-value structure projects in urban and coastal construction, signal system upgrades, ITS improvements to rail corridors, transit projects, bikes, pedestrian improvements, greenways and multipurpose paths and sidewalks, and certainly federally funded, locally administered projects or lab projects. And so I know that's kind of quick, but that's kind of a quick overview of the practices, the primary practices at CEPI. And certainly I know as we go into our breakout sessions, be glad to answer specific questions related to any of these practices or any questions you might have about the firm. So Melissa, with that, thank you, and I'll pass the baton on.
Okay, thank you, Anthony. All right. So as he transitions out, we are going to bring Joe Velasquez with Dronescape. And he'll talk about
Thank you very much. Yep, I'm getting ready to share screen. Can you see it?
Yes, put it in present. Yep, got it.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much for the opportunity to talk today. My name is Joe Velasquez. I'm founder and chief engineer at Dronescape PLC. We're a professional engineering firm specializing in drones. Dronescape, a little bit of my background, just real quick. I had years of experience in engineering roles in Fortune 100 companies, and been a professional engineer in California, Florida, and North Carolina. I've been a private pilot for 25 years. So when the drone craze came about, I jumped right in because it was related to engineering and related to piloting. So in 2015, founded Dronescape LLC, trademarked it, and we're headquartered here in Charlotte. And then in 2018, I was able to move my professional engineering certification from Florida to North Carolina, and then change the firm to a PLC, Professional Limited Liability Corporation, certified by both the state, several sections of the state. You have to go through the PE board and as well through the state revenue. We became DBE certified in 2018. We also in 2018 received a number of NCDOT code certifications, and at the time we did some contracts and ended up winning a multi-year contract with NCDOT Aviation Division for drone consulting. Our type of work is we have Scanscape, which is basically an infrastructure inspection process utilizing drones. I'll talk more about that in a little bit. We're do drone industry consulting. We do first responder training at both well, locally and across the state. We have some specialty drone products, and when we do video photography, it's typically going to be international, as much for the fun of doing it as it is to travel on the company. So we're a professional engineering firm specializing in drones. Sampling of our prime customers, we have, as I mentioned, NCDOT, Charlotte, City of Charlotte, GSA. We have a prime federal contract for infrastructure inspection of government facilities. GSA has about 6,000 facilities in various shapes. We teach drone courses of various types at Central Piedmont Maracas campus, and also at Cape Fear Community College. They're primarily, the Maracas campus and Cape Fear are primarily geared toward first responders. So we have trained multiple different organizations in drone applications, Part 107, handling crime scene investigations utilizing drones, and then as well search and rescue, different practices first responders use. Also, we've done some specialized training within different first responder organizations, including Huntersville and some in the state of Virginia and New Hanover County over in the East Coast. We got our DBE certification in 5 different categories. We have engineering services, all professional, scientific, and technical services, commercial photography, flight training, and wireless communication equipment manufacturing, for which covers one of our products. When we got certified with NCDOT, we had the on-site visit, et cetera, and all the different elements that are required to become certified. We went ahead and submitted those certifications while it was hot to a number of other, did I just drop off? A number of other states. So we're active in about 11 states where we have both DBE and hub certifications. Additionally, we've been involved with NCDOT civil rights since we became DBE certified. We were invited to join up with Crown Consulting, CCI, to be a part of the Mentor Protege program. And we started that in 2019. We had a 1-year agreement. The goal of the program was to help Dronescape establish strategy, marketing, business structure, and also to provide a bidding partner, which we bid on several bids together. A great thing as well is NCDOT assigned a coach to mentor us through the process, who was very knowledgeable, an individual, retired individual out of IBM, and it was quite helpful, and as well as CCI was quite helpful in helping Dronescape move to the next level. We developed a long-term relationship between NCDOT and CCI, and as well with Coach Michael. So I'm very thankful for that opportunity. The kind of things that we do, professional engineer drone applications, we do building envelope and roof inspections, property and infrastructure assets. Will evaluate conditional aspects of various infrastructures, different types of forensics. Some of that comes into play in post-crime scene work that we do with Charlotte Douglas and Huntersville and a number of other first responder organizations in the area. Materials testing and inspection, we're partnered with a firm called Nova Engineering. We try to do a lot with partnerships. So Nova Engineering is a good sized firm specializing in a variety of different materials testing and inspection, and we'll partner with them to complete the job. Surveying, we're partnered with the Survey Company. It's a local firm here in Charlotte, North Carolina. So together we've won contracts with the city of Charlotte with a combination of drone usage and surveying. Forestry management and planning, flood modeling. We've done some work in South Carolina in preparation for hurricanes coming, which I guess it's all eventual that they will come. And so we did we've done some work pre-planning in advance. And as well, we've done work with NCDOT and Hurricane Florence. We had several groups that went out as part of the first hurricane recovery. Coastline management, crime scene investigation. It's quite useful rather than having to go out and do things by hand. You do them by drone, and it's much more rapid. You can gather all the information and have a very accurate record in 3D models as well. As part of our infrastructure approach, we came up with a process that utilizes drones to a heavy extent. So we have 3 levels of what we call scanscape. We will go into, like there's an example here, we'll go into a government building and in a day capture 3,000 photos, both internal and external, take humidity and temperature readings, and make a 3D model of the building. If they want, we can convert that model into AutoCAD. Many of the government buildings that we work on are fairly dated, so they don't have a lot of documentation. So we can take our drone imagery and work that toward architectural prints. We'll take those 3,000 photos and analyze them, and then come back and give the government a report on where they need to repair the facade or repair or replace the roof. Here's an example. This is the building that was on the cover of the Scanscape document I just showed you. It's up in Greensboro. This is the courthouse for the area. It's got a multifaceted roof. We went in and you see the composite picture on the right is actually about 250 photos that were taken by drone, and they were stitched together using high-tech 3D modeling software. And then from there, we waited till after dark and ran the same profile with a thermal camera. And the thermal camera, of course, you have to run it after dark because you have to wait. What happens is the roof cools at a much faster rate than water cools. So after dark, the roof is cooling and the water is transferring heat to the ceramic and other types of materials that are on the roof. And so that transfer of heat is recognized by the thermal camera. So we use a really high definition thermal camera, stitched together the map, and then looked at different sections and identified which sections needed to have cores pulled with the potential of having to replace the roof. Also on the facade, interesting type of property. This is made out of Indiana limestone. It's the same material that the Pentagon and the National Monument are made out of. So it's really a unique material, and you have to keep it weather sealed, make sure there's no chance of water permutation. So we identified without having to climb the building and put up scaffolds. We identified areas that required repair, and then gave the government a repair procedure, and then the government could send that out for quotes. Drone skills training. We have some products too. This is a NIST drone course that was designed by the National Institute of Standards and Technology and the National Fire Protection Association, as well as ASTM, require its usage by first responders. So we utilize this in both custom training for different first responder groups, as well as at the in the community college system at Central Piedmont Community College, Maracas campus, and Cape Fear Community College. It's we saw it on Amazon. Additionally, we've got another product. We have a Find the Drone product. This is a trademark product. It's also sold on Amazon under the Dronescape store. And this is so people are spending, $20,000 on an industrial drone. And what our product does is it has an application that separately tracks the drone through the cellular network. It works by GPS, cellular, and text, and uses Google Maps to locate a drone that may have lost link and or had some other kind of, maybe a bird damage and some other type of damage. And to find that drone, use Find the Drone. Getting back to what I was mentioning earlier, drones used on Hurricane Florence was quite interesting. The state, it was the first time in the world that drones had been used for disaster recovery. The state of North Carolina set up a command center and would give us, our multiple teams would give us coordinates to go out and assess damage and send back aerial video photography and aerial images so that the state could determine what type of remediation they needed to take in that area. So you can see some of the photos there. There was some serious damage. Because it was one of the first, well, it was the first usage of drones in the field, the state, North Carolina won the International Humanitarian Award, and we shared in that with the state from our participation. So we're quite grateful for that opportunity. That was it was really a blast. We worked sun up to sundown, and of course over there was no hotel rooms, so we had to commute back and forth from Charlotte every day. So we were working 16, 18 hours a day, and it was really very rewarding work. We hope to do it again. Now we had COVID-19, of course, came about, as we all know, and as part of that, we had 12 pilots that, through the state's help, we received a contract with Zipline, and Zipline is first in the country delivering medical PPE, COVID-19 PPE, and COVID-19 vaccines in the Charlotte area. It's a trial run for the country. Zipline is a phenomenal company. We're a subcontractor to Zipline, working out there every day. Up to now, we're still working. What we're attempting to do now is get Zipline's aircraft type certified, so they become full aircraft and they can fly autonomously. And then they'll fly under Part 135, which is 135 is the same as American Airlines. It'll be a commercial carrier, and Zipline's done quite well out of it. Right now, we're working with Novant Health, but Zipline recently won a contract with Walmart, and they're setting up a trial run operation in Bentonville near the Walmart corporate office. So it's many different firsts. Of course, North Carolina is first in delivery when it comes to drones, thanks to NCDOT Aviation Division, which partnered early on with the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA. They partnered very early on to be part of the implementation of drones into the airspace. So North Carolina has been first in many things when it comes to drones. Excellent leadership coming out of the Division of Aviation. We're a small organization, so what we do is we do function as prime, but we also partner, because there's a wide skill set. We partner with different major organizations when we bid complex projects. So here's a project that's to take our infrastructure work that we've been doing, and now we take these 3,000 photos and we got to look at them by hand for anomalies. So we have begun to put that into artificial intelligence, and the artificial intelligence then pinpoints anomalies within the photos. I mean, it's not, I'm making it simpler than what it sounds, but in general, that's what it does. And then the engineer can look at those anomalies specifically rather than having to, oops, did I lose the screen? Can you see it?
Yep, we still see it.
Oh, okay. I lost it somehow. Let's see where it went. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, and the great thing. So we've completed a job for the Department of the Navy, where we went out to the Carolina Aviation Museum and took 3,000 photos of World War II vintage aircraft. And the purpose is to, number one, is have the artificial intelligence identify the type of aircraft. And number two then is to take and identify from those photographs with artificial intelligence, identify areas of corrosion or paint problems or other potential issues that may come about by having the drone go around the aircraft and take photos and identify those issues based on what's been trained in the artificial intelligence. So we're continuing to move forward in that type of activity. We're going to be going to Massachusetts Institute of Technology as an AI program that we're starting in June, end of June, June 30th. And NCDOT we've requested assistance from NCDOT, educational assistance. And so once again, our partner is, we haven't got the money yet, but our partner is certainly, there's having a potential is like bidding. It's a good thing. Keep our fingers crossed. In this case, we're also partnered with Johnson C. Smith for this bid. And Johnson C. Smith is located in a hub zone, and we would use Johnson C. Smith students to do much of the legwork, and as well help set up a enhanced level software training for their software college, where they are with learning artificial intelligence and drone operations and point cloud and Pix4D and 3D modeling type activities. From a public awareness standpoint, we've done multiple demonstrations. The one on the left is the one done in Charlotte by NCDOT Civil Rights. We held up a booth with drones, and the one on the right is at the last construction show, which I guess has been a couple of years now. That was up in Raleigh a couple of years ago. They didn't have one last year, but we certainly love participating in these different events and making connections and building the company. From an industry contribution standpoint, we're co-chair and of the standards roadmap, and that's a effort by the American National Standards Institute to develop drone standards across the world. It's primarily funded by the FAA, and as well as FEMA and ASTM, and Dronescape is one of their supporting or associate partner. The standardization roadmap has identified over 600 drone standards around the world that are in work and identified another 300 that are required. So there's activity in European Union, Japan, and the United States especially, in developing standards to integrate drones into the national airspace, and as well for using drones for various type of infrastructure inspection, including nuclear facilities, pressure vessels, of course, power lines, cell towers, etc. Pretty much any infrastructure that you can name, there's a standard that's in work. From another community engagement, because drones are so new and people are involved in it, we run a local drone group called Drone Charlotte. It's got over 700 active members, and it's a learning organization. We meet every Saturday, and we have individuals that work for the police department and use drones, fire department, TV station, as well as people that just bought a drone and want to know how to fly it, and they come out to our meetup, and we teach them how to do it. And we also, from a community development standpoint, we work with Charlotte Police Department to have a drone explorer program, and it's really quite cool. The kids, we have indoor courses for them. We received a couple of grants, and we were able to buy some drones and give away drones to the winners. And just this last go round, we did it during COVID. We wore our masks, as you can see, and recently both CMPD and Dronescape won the Explorer's highest national award. It's the William H. Spurgeon Award for community give back. So we have tried to give back to the community as much as we can. So that's what I have as a formal presentation. Looking forward to the breakout section, and I'll turn control back over.
Thank you, Joe. Great presentation. All right, and I should have done this earlier, and I do apologize. If everyone can just type in the chat their name and company so we can make sure that we capture who is attending this session with us. So if you can just put your name and your company name so we can kind of take attendance on the roll call. Okay, so up next is Reed Smith with SME, and he's going to present his company.
All right, hello, Reed Smith with SME. I'd like to just start by introducing myself. I've been with SME since 2016, working in our transportation group as a CEI project manager. So by and large, most of my day-to-day work is working with CEI technicians on DOT and municipal projects, administering some municipal projects, and that's the bulk of my work. But I've really enjoyed working with SNME. Prior to SNME, I worked with NCDOT for 15 years, all in the New Bern, North Carolina area, where I worked in various roles from assistant resident engineer in construction, bridge maintenance, and district engineer. Right now, I will start the presentation. See if I can share this thing correctly. Got the red box. So it's just going to provide a brief SME company overview. So SME's vision: to enrich the world by fostering a culture of engaged employees providing unparalleled services. And our mission: we're employee owners, passionately solving challenges. Our great people, technical expertise, responsiveness, create exceptional client experiences, and our purpose is to help you prosper. Core values. We're trying to incorporate this in all that we do. Trying to start every meeting discussing our at least one of our core values and how that relates to the meeting we're about to have, whether that's internal or external. So like to listen first. Anybody been through 7 Habits? That's a great one to have. We'd like to work and grow together, do the right thing and do things right. Do what you say, lead from where you are, which goes from the top to the bottom, from corporate all the way down to your field technicians and everybody in the company, and to always be safe. SNME's got a pretty good reputation for being a very safety-oriented company. There's a long history there. I won't go into all that, but we have transitioned over the years, I guess even before I got here from 2016 to there have been some incidents, and our CEO at the time made a commitment that we were going to become a much safer company, and we have. And over the recent years, they're trying to figure out how to fine tune that, and that's become a behavior-based safety culture where we are really making everybody make personal commitments to their own safety. One of the things I like is safety third. Comes from one of the Dirty Jobs videos where he just talks about everybody says safety first, but it really isn't always first. We say it, but to really do it, it takes every individual making that individual commitment to safety. So we got a culture of actively caring employees, caring about themselves and about everybody they're working with and the folks that we're at the projects where they're working. Our safety group has director and regional coordinators, extensive employee safety training. We report near misses and discuss them at least once a month during our monthly safety meetings, and that helps to just those accidents that didn't quite happen. We discuss them as a group, try and help everybody hopefully avoid those in the future. And my online safety training modules, extensive list of those. Quality, not much of a company if you're not delivering a quality product, quality services. So we got several quality programs, including a senior review program. Any of our technical documents, proposals go through a senior review process. Folks that have been trained to be senior reviewers. We've got technical principles in each of our units that I'll discuss later, but they are kind of really your gurus. And anybody that's got a question about something they're not quite sure about, you can always contact your technical principals and they'll help you. We've got an annual technical conference, which has been different this past year with COVID. In the past, it was kind of project managers and above, and we all met once a year, and it was a good, 2.5 day gathering where you got to see lots of the different units and talk with different people from different areas and what they did. This past year with COVID, we couldn't all meet together, so it became a virtual conference, much like we're doing now. And that allowed a lot of our field staff to join, which they couldn't do in the past. So that was a big plus, getting more folks involved, even though you couldn't be face to face. Risk management, another part of that quality program and the senior review process, and our legal team helping to make sure we're avoiding as much risk as possible, or at least putting it where it needs to be. We've got AASHTO lab accreditation in several different areas of the country, mostly the Southeast. And go into that a little bit more later, and we're ISO 9001 conforming. So here's a shot of our SNME's current office locations. They do change from time to time, but this is the most current. And you'll see we started here in Raleigh. I believe it was 1973. And SNME stands for, at that time, it was Soils and Materials Engineers. A lot of people don't know that, but ask that question. So that's where we started in Raleigh and grew from there. And now you can see where we've got offices across most of the Southeast and getting up into the Midwest North, Kentucky, West Virginia, Ohio. And we hope we will continue to grow and expand. So who are we? So here's a kind of a list of some of our people, probably most of our people. We're professional engineers, geologists, scientists, biologists, hygienists, safety professionals, technical staff, field staff, architects, surveyors, planners. Just a great group of people. I've really enjoyed my time working here. I guess being a employee-owned company, it is makes a difference where we all really work together to try and help one another, regardless of whether you're in one unit or another. So our first group I'll talk about is our geotechnical group. That's kind of where S&ME started. Soils and materials engineers. It's been our bread and butter for years. Right? This is the first group, and we still do a lot of geotechnical work. So specializing in subsurface exploration, site characterization, geophysics, a lot of lab testing of soils, different types of field materials, performing engineering for foundations and earthquake designs. Lots of different types of transportation projects, commercial projects. You know, if it's geotechnical related, there's a good chance we can do that type of work, and we got folks on staff that can do it. Construction services, CMT. And we've got this service in most of our offices across the map that I just showed. I do construction materials testing concrete, testing soils, testing steel, doing inspections. This is vertical construction mostly, but it's transportations too. We kind of overlap some with construction services in my transportation group. Lab testing falls under construction services. So we got RPRs, resident project representatives, that hired to help represent clients and help manage, kind of do contract administration and oversight for their contractors. Non-destructive testing. So we got what I call our metals group. They do a lot of different NDT testing on weld testing and steel inspection on stuff like water towers. We working with the NCDOT ferry division on some ferry boats, things like that. We do pavement condition surveys and design, IBC, International Building Code special inspections, concrete and asphalt mix designs. We do those here in our labs. Talk with clients about building codes, do coding inspections on bridges, water tanks, other services like that. Property condition assessments, and drone services. I guess you can see we kind of, I guess between S&ME and Dronescape and CEPI, we do provide a lot of the same services. Environmental group. So this has become a very busy and a big part of S&ME and what we do. So environmental service group has been growing over the years, continues to grow. So a lot of site assessments, phase 1, phase 2, natural resources and NEPA, OSHA compliance, MSHA compliance, site remediation where they've got contaminated soils, cultural resources. So we've got folks that specialize in a lot of those different areas, and we do this pretty much across our footprint. Development, work with a lot of developers to help plan and plan their sites, help them develop ordinances, I guess you could say, and rules for how they want to develop. Well, so that goes from lots of different clients, healthcare, education. I know here around Raleigh we work a lot with the Wake County School Board. We do commercial buildings, residential, resorts, state, municipal, aviation. So we got just a lot of folks that specialize in helping folks to plan their projects. And a lot of time that involves incorporating the other services we provide. And here's a transportation group, the group I work with, have been working with since 2016. So highways and bridges, you're right, airports, rail, transit, greenways. So we work with design build projects, design bid build, 3P projects. We help with planning and permitting and environmental engineering. Again, bringing in our other services to transportation type projects. So CEI is a big one, but we also help in roadway and bridge design, coordinating these design build projects and helping to on the design side as well as once it goes to construction, pavement testing, pavement design, NPDES, environmental, again, part of transportation projects as well. So that's a little snapshot of what we do here in transportation. And then the last is our energy group. So we got a lot of different clients kind of in the energy group, a lot of folks kind of fall in that category. It's not just, which includes, yes, your typical energy providers like here in Raleigh, or North Carolina, Duke Progress, folks like that, Southern Company, some working with electricity production, like I said, fossil, hydro, renewables, and nuclear. But some of our other what termed energy clients kind of include other utilities like Verizon is a big client of ours. So we perform design, geotechnical, CMT, like I said, bringing in a lot of our services to this industry. Coal ash ponds been a big one that we've helped out with over the years. It's been a hot one here lately, and a lot of hazardous waste management. It goes into our environmental group, but getting them plugged into this type of these type of clients. So that's just a quick glimpse into S&ME, and I'd like to thank everybody for hearing me out, and I look forward to the breakout session as well.
Thank you, Reed. All right. I just want to thank everybody for participating in our Meet the Prime event. That was our first hour. So now I'm going to put in the chat box again. I know we had it on earlier, the different links for our breakout sessions. So this is the time when you want to really network during the next hour with our Prime. Okay, so you all should see it in the chat. So for SEPI Engineering, they have their breakout room, Dronescape, and SMME. So we encourage you to attend there. Now, this is sort of called speed partnering. So instead of speed dating, it's speed partnering. So we want to take at least 20 minutes in each room so we can get a chance to network in each of the rooms. We will have staff in the rooms as well, navigating and helping you all. So please utilize this time and get to know these primes and also get to know who else is in the room, because it's all about building relationships when it comes to doing business. So I thank you all for joining us in our first session. Thank you to our presenters for providing information on their company, and I hope this information was helpful. You all will be receiving an evaluation after our session is done. So please fill that out. Let us know what you think, what worked, what didn't work. What are your recommendations for future trainings? We're here to help you. Okay. Lisa, did you want to end off with anything before we move out to our breakouts?
I would just say, thank you to our presenters. That was some great information. I really learned a lot about each one of your firms, which I knew some, but didn't know all. And so I was happy to hear all of the things that you guys are doing. So kudos for you for being successful. And we look forward to talking with you in the breakout rooms.
All right. So if you all can just go to your breakout sessions. And again, take the time out to ask questions, share what you do, and we look forward to seeing you in the rooms. Enjoy.